Welcome, Dr. Brijesh Dixit. For all the viewers here, Dr. Dixit is spent nearly 30 years in the Indian Railways, with 15 years in the Mumbai suburban and urban rail transport. And he's someone who has actually built the Maha Metro right from ground up. I think you were the first employee in 2015, and all the way from getting the designs, the financial agencies, the contractors. I think you've done it all. And congratulations to you once again for being the Construction World Person of the Year for the public sector for 2020. And welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So, Dr. Dixit, you have been voted with two particular specific areas which you have really beaten. One is, of course, the speed with which you executed the Pune Metro, and the other was the cost which you have managed to save despite good execution in even Nagpur Metro. So could you highlight some key measures that led to the early commissioning of Pune Metro and Nagpur Metro Rail project?
Thank you very much, Pratap ji, to you and to the jury, and also to the foundation which is instituting this award. I truly feel that this award is basically the recognition of the team behind the project rather than me personally. And you have asked as to what has gone behind the achievements which have been there in terms of the speed of execution, and also the achieving the very difficult targets of avoiding the time and cost overruns.
Correct.
I'll share my personal experience with you, in the sense that apart from the usual things like land acquisition and the contract management and all that, what is more important for any organization which is particularly new is that first is the team building, and then team working, and then team winning. Mm-hmm. You know, each one is an important stage which should receive the attention right from the top of the organization. Secondly, it is the plan. And what I mean by that is, whenever you take an important task in your hand, you must have plan A, plan B, plan C, and maybe D and E also. Because what we have found many times, it was the plan E which finally was executed.
I see.
Now, if you don't have these things ready and you have some hurdle or the other, it takes up a lot of time. So you must have alternatives in mind whenever you foresee any hurdles in your way. Thirdly, it is the area of improvements in innovation. I think that I personally spend a lot of time on these areas, and the routine should be left to the people below. The routine should be delegated to the people below your level. There are several levels in the corporations, and they can better take up those things, and you concentrate only on the improvements, on the innovations. There are things like this which have been very handy to us to achieve what you just said.
Tell us about the digital technologies, because I was seeing the video also of the entire presentation that you have done before, and you have tried to bring about world-class, measures and to make it like an institution. So tell us about the digital technology. I think you all have done 5D building, information modeling systems, and why did you think of bringing this all, and how has it helped you?
Pratap ji, you must be knowing that what we have, the challenges in execution of our mega projects, what we just discussed, the cost overrun, time overrun, and the quality issues. What we find that when we go to the developed countries, we find flawless infrastructures, flawless buildings, working very well, done in record time, and done in reasonable cost and all that. But the several studies by the government and the private organizations in our country have shown that 90% of our mega projects, they have the problems of the time and the cost overruns and the quality issues.
Absolutely.
This was the challenge before us when we were starting Nagpur Metro project. And with my over 35 years of experience in government, particularly Indian Railways, I realized that a lot of those things could be addressed by employing IT tools. But there was no single platform available anywhere which can take care of the activities right from A to Z. So I was in touch with my friends in the PSUs and maybe some friends abroad to find out as to what can be done. And then we realized that there are technologies available. And mind you, our girls and boys from Pune and Bangalore are doing 70% of the global work in this field, and without India taking advantage of the same.
True.
So we virtually started from the scratch and developed you can say the contract document to implement this system. And what we did ultimately is even better than the best of the international practices available. What we did is this what is called 5D, means that 3Ds take care of the engineering side, 5th D is time, and the 6D is cost. And the different softwares are available to address all these areas. So we integrated all these three things onto a single digital platform with what is called I2 software. And there were several challenges to ensure that the data migrates from one software system to the other in the back, and then we get everything on our dashboard, and we get the information available on time, almost on the online basis or the real-time basis. The information which takes a month to find in normal conventional environment is available on the daily basis here. Every day evening, we come to know of our bank balances as to how much money has been spent and what is the balance and all that. And of course, other engineering information regarding the progress of various components and the milestones and what is failing, what is behind. Otherwise, in mega projects, these things become very, very complex, and the information is available in hundreds of files with hundreds of people. And just to integrate all that information at one place takes time. So this 5D building information modeling system, what is called 5D BIM, digital management platform, was deployed by us right from the day one. And I'm very happy to share with you that it was up and running in almost about, I think, 6 months' time. And it has helped us considerably in implementation of not only Nagpur, but then subsequently Pune project also.
Dr. Dixit, you are a total transport professional. I mean, you're an institutional builder and a transport professional. So my question to you is that, metro rail projects generally bank upon the real estate projects, monetization and leverage. So just like Delhi Metro Rail is doing, Hong Kong is doing, some few examples of very successful projects. How do you plan to do this in case of Nagpur and Pune?
You know that the metro projects are very, very capital intensive. And the fare box revenue is not enough to cover all the costs. And on the other hand, you don't have much scope to increase that fare box revenue. So world over, there has been a practice of tapping non-fare box revenue. And we have the example of MTR Hong Kong, where non-fare box revenue, they go up to 42% of total revenue. That is the best figure which we have. And even that has been our inspiration actually. We visited and we found how they planned, how they executed, and how they have ensured journey up to 42% of non-fare box revenue. Now, in both Nagpur and Pune projects, we have ensured that our non-fare box revenue the reaches at least 50%. And I am thankful to the government of Maharashtra and government of India for supporting us whole hog in this respect. For example, in both in Nagpur and Pune, the government of Maharashtra imposed an additional stamp duty to finance these projects, because the real estate sector and the real estate development in the city goes up whenever the metro projects come, because it increases the mobility of the people, and this can be tapped easily. Then secondly, the transit oriented development notification was issued both for Nagpur and Pune. That ensures that on 500 meters both sides of a metro alignment, the FSI, floor space index, is doubled, and whatever the premium income comes from these extra developmental rights or extra construction rights is divided between the metro corporation and the municipal corporation, because both of them provide the infrastructure. So that is the second source. Third, because of the increase in the FSI, all our station development, actually that includes the real estate. So we have stations which are going up to 20 stories, 25 stories, 30 stories in Nagpur and Pune. Not that we will do all these stories tomorrow or next year.
Yeah.
All these will be done in due course when the real estate market permits and on the PPP basis. But what we have done today is made our plans and made our designs, made our foundations in such a way that they support this multi-storied construction, because if we don't do today, it will never be possible to do it tomorrow after stations come up. And then we have usual sources of revenue through advertisement and such other things. We are sure we will be able to have very good percentage of non-fare box revenue. And one good thing I wanted to share with you, that before our first train started in Nagpur, we already had the non-fare box revenue of more than 100 crores, in fact. And then it has been growing ever since.
Very good. So Dr. Dixit, I think the train has set off very well in your case, but then we have now been hit by this COVID crisis. And so therefore, I have a couple of questions on this. One, during project execution, of course, you have deployed, because you have attained fast execution, you have deployed some construction technologies which helped you achieve that fast execution record. And during COVID times, how you have continued this kind of a construction process and how you manage that?
COVID actually, when it started in March, of course, there was total lockdown in the month of April. So that was the month actually which was fully affected. But then immediately after, when after the unlock time started, right from unlock 1, we started bringing back some labor was in any case available in our camps, which we looked after very well during that full lockdown period in the month of April. So they immediately restarted the work. And then gradually the labor which had gone away, they returned. Today, we have either reached the pre-COVID level or crossed that already. So whether it is our viaduct work, or it is our underground work, or it is our depot work, or our systems side where electrification and signaling works are there, all have restarted. And thanks to our contractors, those agencies who have faced this challenge, to bring back the labor from their villages, and then following the due process, permissions from the district administration on both sides, and then following the SOP of quarantine, etc. So we have been fully following the SOP, and then our works are already reaching the pre-COVID level.
And any particular construction technologies which you might have deployed in order to attain the kind of benchmarks and milestones of construction, or dealing with your contractors in a certain way which might have helped you achieve this?
No, there is a long list, but I will mention a few things which we have done construction wise. The very first one is in Nagpur. We are making the country's first multi-layer transport system, wherein jointly with NHAI, we are making metro and the elevated national highway, which is in the form of a flyover, over a length of 4.5 kilometers in stage 1, and total 8.5 kilometers when the next stage gets completed. This will not only be the first in India of its type, because there are 3 layers of transport on integrated on the single pier. And at one place, even there is a 4th layer also, where a train also is going. So there is a highway on the ground, then there is a highway, elevated highway, then there is a metro, and in between a railway line.
Oh, wow.
So, and then, they have brought wonderful efficiencies in terms of space, in terms of time, and in terms of cost. So I'm thankful to the Ministry of Transport, Government of India and NHAI that they jointly worked with us to provide this wonderful structure in city of Nagpur. That's one. Secondly, I would like to mention that we are making a number of multimodal transport hubs. It's not important that I just make metro. I make metro for the people, and the people need seamless travel.
Yes.
When they come to the metro station or go out of it, they need some other mode of transport to go home.
Yeah.
So we have to integrate all that. So we have opportunities at some places where so many other modes of transport are around us. So we are combining all of them. If there is a interstate bus terminus, we are connecting to our metro. If there is a city bus stop, we are connecting it to the metro station. If there is a railway station, we are connecting it to the railway. If there is an airport which is close, we are connecting to the. So like that, we are making a multimodal transport hub in Swargate in Pune, in Civil Court in Pune, in Shivaji Nagar in Pune. And this is a new concept. They will be the best of the transport hubs anywhere. Then we are right from the inception providing solar installation on our rooftop.
Okay.
So we will have almost about 20 megawatt of rooftop solar installation, and they will not only provide the green energy to us for our stations and the trains, but they will provide substantial economic benefits, because the cost of the solar power will be just 1/3 of the cost of what we pay to the utility, and we don't have to do any investment because we have designed it with our station roof, and so that because of this action right in the planning and design stage, we save all the costs, and the person who comes to install also gets that benefit. So it's a win-win situation for both of us to get a greener power and cheaper power. And then, as I said, that all our stations will have an element of property development for several years coming, because all the stations have been designed in a way, their foundations have been designed in a way that they can be extended vertically, and as and when the market demands and a PPP partner is available, and so that our non-fare box revenue keeps going up. And we have already discussed the 5D BIM technology. Right. And all together, they have provided us good opportunities to tap so that we do our project. without time overrun, cost overrun, and with the best of quality.
Dr. Dixit, my last question. What opportunities do you see for vendors and contractors as far as your ongoing expansion of these projects are concerned?
You know that we have executed almost 90% of Nagpur project, which is 40 kilometers long. We have done almost 45% of our project in Pune, which is 33 kilometers in length. Then our phase 2 of Nagpur is in very advanced stage of sanction with the government of India. Then we have proposed a very, very innovative transport system for the city of Nashik. And that we are calling Metro Neo system. It's a rubber tired based metro system, which is very, very cost effective and very, very environmental friendly.
Okay.
Its cost is almost 1/4 of normal metro, and the technology is available worldwide, and the technology is in use over 100 cities abroad. So, and this system has been, it's an elevated system. So it's a rubber tired metro with elevated viaduct and having the electric traction on the top.
Okay.
And once it is sanctioned, the Maharashtra Metro will implement that in the city of Nashik. It will be the first of its kind in India and anywhere else in the world. So these opportunities are available to the agencies who are there in the field of construction.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for talking to us, Dr. Dixit. Wishing you all the best in your endeavors. I think we can expect a lot from Maharashtra Metro with you at the helm. And we look forward to connecting with you in the future.
Thank you. Very kind of you.
Thank you.